racing in the very exciting jet class. It's a 5-mile oval course with multiple airplanes on the track at one time, with speeds reaching, get this, sometimes in excess of 500 miles an hour. It's an incredible event. Larry's day job, well, he's a president of a major landscaping company outside of in upstate New York. And today's performance in the L39 will showcase to you the flight envelope of this Cold War trainer as he now brings it back around for his display. The L39 features a wingspan of 31 feet. Maximum takeoff weight of just about 10,000 pounds. It's very economical and it's very easy to work on as well, which has made this airplane a go-to for many civilian collectors looking to get the thrill of high-speed flight. Maximum speed on this airplane well over 480 miles an hour. But we watch now as Larry Labriola repositions high and to our left as he approaches today's L39 Albatross flight display.
Coming around, see you, mate? Yeah, that went right over your head. I saw that on the ground.
This airplane was originally developed in the country of Czechoslovakia, but right now as he approaches from our left, let's say hello to Larry Labriola and the L39 Albatross.
Woo-hoo-hoo!
This aircraft, powered by a single AL-29 turbofan, producing 3,800 pounds of thrust. And even today, the L-39 is still operated by a variety of air arms across the globe, including Russia, Ukraine, Belarus, Egypt, Bulgaria, and even Cuba. As I mentioned, this was the trainer that many countries use for their fast jet pilots to move on to the frontline fighters. The Eastern way of building airplanes differs greatly than how we build them in the West. In the West, we like to pride ourselves on precision, and doing so, we like to say that we build our airplanes like fine watches. The Eastern way of doing things very different. Harsh winters, harsh environments, so they build their aircraft like tanks. And if you noticed, Larry went by, you'll see those big intakes on the side of the aircraft, and they're lifted well above the ground. That is on purpose because it keeps those air intakes from sucking up dirt and rocks and that kind of stuff on many of the unprepared surfaces they operate from. Right now, once again, with that air show smoke going, here comes Larry Labriola and the L39 Albatross. Pulling back on the stick, subjecting himself to some force. The force of gravity. As we stand here on Earth, we are at 1G, or 1 times the force of gravity. But as Larry goes up these pulls, he will, of course, accelerate that force. And it's a lot of power pushing down into the cockpit.
Incredible.
Coming back through for the full 360-degree roundhouse loop. Let's give Larry Labriola and the L39 a big round of applause.
Woo-hoo-hoo!
Larry is now performing this classic aerobatic maneuver known as the Cuban 8. This maneuver was invented much by accident. In Miami Air Races back in 1936, there was an American pilot named Len Povey. He was performing an aerobatic display there when he pulled up into a loop and realized on top of that loop that he was too low to the ground to pull out of it. So instead of making an unpleasant meeting with the ground, he rolled in a 5/8 loop, just as Larry has, and then rolled upright. He did so again, inscribing this giant figure 8 laying on its side. At the time, he was training the Cuban Air Force pilots, and the Cubans, they were amazed. They had never seen the maneuver before, and they asked Len Povey what that was called. And with quick wit, he replied, Ocho Cubano, or Cuban 8, and the name has stuck for more than 85 years. How about that? Let's give it up for Larry Labriola and the Cuban 8.
Woo-hoo-hoo! Yeah!
Larry will reposition once again, performing what we like to call a duster turn or a whipper-dill. Big wing over down the air show left as he brings them this time for the beautiful barrel roll. Get your cameras ready as he approaches this time at over 350 miles an hour as he starts and stops his aircraft at the same altitude, the same attitude, and the same heading as he performs this beautiful barrel roll right over top of Show Center. Let's watch. Larry needs to keep those lawns being mowed because this aircraft burns 200 gallons of Jet A fuel an hour. These airplanes
That sounds expensive.
are relatively inexpensive to operate, and I like to stress the word relatively. I had a doctor friend of mine who owned one of these for a couple of years, and he says, Luke, if you want to come out, maybe strap into it, start it up, fire it out, take it to the runway, and feel like, I don't feel like flying today. Just take it back to the hangar. It'll only set you back about $500 it costs. No thanks. These airplanes costing about $1,000 an hour to operate. Many private individuals pick these up from a variety of Eastern Bloc countries for just thousands of dollars. And now these aircraft go for a clean 250 grand. As I mentioned to you earlier, Larry Labriola has over 7,000 total hours of flight time, and everything from the fast jets all the way down to hot air balloons. Now let's watch him now as he performs this very challenging slow roll. Very graceful maneuver, but by far one of the hardest maneuvers to perform well. In his right hand, the control stick. In his left hand, the throttle. And down by his feet, he has his rudder pedal. So he's working the ailerons, he's working the elevators, and he's working that rudder out there to keep that airplane tracked all the way through. That is the slow roll by the L-39. Larry did race this jet for the first time in 2012 at the National Championship Air Races out in Reno, and we are pleased to have this gentleman from Scarsdale, New York with us here at the 2021 Great State of Maine Air Show.
I had to. I really wanted to.
I'm so glad we're doing this. Love it. Flips it over. Slow enough, long enough.
That thing is so powerful.
This L-39, a C model, one of the most produced variants of the type, again operated still today by Russia, Cuba, Libya, Czech Republic, Ukraine, and many other Eastern Bloc countries. On top of its training role, the Albatross can also serve as a light attack aircraft. It can carry a variety of small bombs and rockets on optional pylons under the wings. They even carry a nose-mounted gun pod. Now to give you an idea of the speed capability of the Aero L-39 and the speeds in which they like to race out in Reno, Nevada each and every year. He's going to come by this time for a high-speed pass from our right. This will also be a beautiful photo opportunity for your cameras as he comes in from our right. What we like to call a banana pass or an arcing pass. This will be a great photo opportunity. Cameras at the ready.
Banana pass. Sounds rich in all vitamins.
Passes by right to left. He'll be coming by at over 400 knots indicated airspeed. Of course, as you can imagine, even at a speed like that, it takes quite a bit of real estate to turn around.
Where is he? Where? Oh, there he is.
From the right, here's Larry Labriola at the L39. Larry would like to extend his sincere thanks to the Air Show Network and the great State of Maine Air Show, of course, to the people of Brunswick for their great hospitality this weekend. As he sets up to land, let's put our hands together for Mr. Larry Labriola and today's flight demonstration of the Aero L39 Albatross.
Woohoo! Yeah!